I was ready.
B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemies are.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to wake up and be like, I ain't got no job today. But on to the topics we going to get into with the only podcast y'all need to tune into from Wink City, the B.W.O. And what's that stand for? Ladies, make it what you want, but it's just for entertainment purposes only, like my man Twin says. B.W.O. stands for Brothers with Opinions, so don't get all in your feelings if you don't care for what we got to say. Just give us some feedback or tune us out. But either way, don't hate, because it ain't going to get you nowhere. We're going to get into Palestine today, and that's all about hate. We're going to get into reparations. That's also about hate. And we're going to get into the Super Bowl. We're going to get into some high school sports talk and chop it up about how things have been going from Spring Mills to Handley and the big game coming up between those two, because Skyline, much as we love those young boys over there, they ain't show up. So let's get right into it, fellas. Tony, kick us off, baby.
Oh, jeez. All right, man. I appreciate it. That's good stuff. So we'll start off with our local high school basketball scores like we always do, because everybody loves it. We'll start with on Monday, February 3rd. Musselman defeated Sharando 57-49. Warren County over Manassas Park 66-50. Millbrook over Liberty 92-71. On Tuesday night, you had Kettle Run defeat Brentsville 77-39. I think that's the most points Kettle Run scored all year. Sharando over Warren County 57-42. Handley over James Wood 85-46. And Fauquier over Liberty 75-51. And on to Wednesday, you had Meridian defeat Armstrong 71-48. Thursday, you had James Wood defeat Warren County in a close one, 51-50. Skyline defeated Manassas Park 84-33. And then our Friday night slate was Millbrook over James Wood 68-52. Fauquier over Kettle Run 60-32. Meridian over Brentsville 87-10. Handley over Skyline, the game of the week everybody was waiting for, but Handley won 84-53. Warren County over Manassas Park 61-45. So that's your Virginia score. So we can't forget about West Virginia, our neighbor. We had, let me hold on. Because I'm lunching. Give me a second, everyone. But everybody, what do you think about that? What did you think about that Handley game? Thoughts, Wayne? Handley and Skyline, because it was the game of the week while I get this up.
Initially was first quarter was fire. After that, I don't know where the coach for Skyline went. I think he went to the locker room or something. Because he got out coached from the second quarter to the fourth, man.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's listening up from front row, fire that guy.
Oh, Lord, that's harsh, man. That's harsh.
Fire that guy, man.
No, I will say.
It was a good game, man. Handley, big up to Handley, man. Starting the season off 18-0, something that has never been done in John Handley history. So big ups to those guys. I was at the game. I'm gonna call it out now. My man Kyron, don't take anything personal, man. Just keep playing basketball, man. You can't worry about fans, man. Fans can get you right out your game real quick, man. So just keep playing ball, man. But keep up the good work, man. And I'll be looking forward to that Spring Mills versus Handley.
Yeah, well, hopefully that happens because there's a huge snowstorm coming.
Yeah, and then watch them cancel it, and it'll never happen.
Yeah, so everybody's anticipating that. Hopefully it happens this Wednesday, but now we're anticipating a huge snowstorm. It might not happen.
You said Spring Mills is number one in the state of West Virginia?
Yeah, as far as I know, number one or two, them Morgantown.
Wow.
Because them and Morgantown have played twice and they split. Those are amongst each other.
Yeah, I haven't
So
seen those guys, but I mean, I've heard that they got some athletes.
hmm
So
Oh, they do. They got some ball players, so it should be a really good game.
definitely not going to miss that one.
Uh,
My brother Tucker, you better be streaming that game.
yep. Stream.
I streamed our last game.
Yep. You enjoyed it,
I
too.
seen y'all sitting on the sideline with Bullet and Dre and all of them, little Cav, Bang Out. I seen all y'all over there. I seen Big Pat over there, and
All the stars came out.
I seen a couple blocks in a row and a baseline dunk by my man Christian Denges out there. I seen Kyron getting to the basket and getting foul shots a lot. So those two young men were doing pretty good in the second half. Will did a lot of damage in the first half, but yeah, man, you might be right because I didn't get to see everything, but coaching could make a big difference, and it does. But they got too many athletes and a lot of young talent in Skyline. They should be the second best team in the area. Their record wise, they probably are, but they couldn't compete with him at all once Handley made them the adjustments. Shout out to Zach, man, because they made adjustments and Christian and Kyron started going to work and they used their size on them.
Yeah, that's
They
why.
took Will out the game, so to speak. If you can say 36 points is taking him out the game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He ain't do much in the second half and didn't need to, man. But yeah, that's a well-rounded team. Even though obviously they don't always play team ball because Will gets a bulk of the shots, but when they go to them other kids, man, they're deadly. Like I'm waiting for Javon to get off, and Amari's not even there right now. Like Hanley's deadly, but like you said, man, I don't know what they're gonna do to people like. I want to see him play Hampton, man, because I don't know how we in playing them in the region, like I don't or the state, whatever it is, fellas. We would have never played them when me and Wayne was coming up, and I'm surprised. So I want to see what they do against somebody like that, man. Those kind of area schools where Mike Vick and Iverson's from, that's different, man. Like we got ball players, but it's different in the water. So Tony, what you think, man? Because you go to all the games. You think we're ready for somebody that's like Hampton and Phobos and some of them schools we might have to play to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much said it all. I think they're a well-rounded team. They're all ball players. They all have high IQs. So, like you said, you touched on it, it's just play a little more team. Offensively, I'd like to see a little more ball movement
Right.
because, like you say, if they play together, like ball movement, all of them can score, and it's not just a starting five; it's down to the bench.
Well,
So other than that, but they play they play great defense, and for the most part, sometimes they'll slack. But I mean, overall, they play a great defense, put a lot of pressure. They run the floor, So
and I want to chime in on what you said, like a little more team offense. You know what I'm saying? Like they have so many good players though, Tony.
Mhm.
Like that ball should be touching every player's hand.
Yeah, agree.
And
At least one third of
during the
possession.
game, only 2 or 3 people touch the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
we both coach, right? It's
Right.
like you're always taught at least like every coach I've had too. It says on offense, every offensive player should at least touch it once
right.
in a position. Like if you set up a play, you should move the ball movement around at least. And I'm not saying okay, I understand you got an open shot, take it, but for the most part,
Right.
every kid should touch the ball at least once.
And by doing that, Tony, you get easier baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't make things harder than what it needs to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but
that's the only thing that I could see could get a lot better with Handley is just the ball movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, like, all these players are moving without ball. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're never touching it. It's like, what is the point of them moving around, cutting towards the bucket if they're not going to even attempt to pass in there? There was a few plays I seen where Christian cut back door. He was wide open, but nobody saw him. You know what I'm saying? So, it's more so of moving the ball and keeping your head up at the same time, man. So, like, if you have these backdoor cuts and you're not watching the movement, you're never going to be able to make that pass. So,
Agreed.
I mean, there's a lot of things that they can improve on, man. I mean, everybody can improve.
Oh, you can always improve. But yeah, I mean, they play
up to them though, man. They're balling.
But yeah, I mean, you got 3 kids that scored in double digits again.
Yep.
Kyron, Christian, Will.
And those 3 kids will probably all make first team all district.
They probably.
But see, that's my thing. What Tony just said, they all scored double digits. They all should be averaging high double digits. Like, I get it, Will's averaging 28 or whatever, but Christian should be averaging 20. Kyron should be averaging 16 to 18. but that's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Christian's down what 13 points a game?
Yeah, I think he averages 12, 13
Yeah,
a
he can
game.
easily drop 20 to 22 every night. Average that, man. But when you don't get the ball movement that's necessary, he's not going to get the shots to average a number like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, he had 6 blocks that game, and when my
Yeah.
whole time playing, and everybody I love from the old school, it's definitely happened, but I've never seen it, man. None of them guys we play with, Wayne, I ain't never seen none of our boys get 6 blocks in the game. I'm like, damn, and he just did it easy. Like
Yeah, but
Dwayne Tucker and some of those guys, they nice and they going up, and Christian's was like, give me that, and they give me that. I'm like, damn.
he does it easily because of the key word Tony said earlier. He has a high IQ, man. He got a lot of those blocks on help defense, man. Like he's reading the floor defensively, man. He's watching his man and watching everybody else. So he knows what's about to happen, man. And that's why he's there for those blocks, man.
Mm-hmm.
I also think he might have surpassed Kevin Curry Jr. because Kevin used to get a lot of dunks, man. Mike Brown too, but obviously he's not a big man. Christian gets about 1 to 4 dunks a game now, and it's just like next year. I know we this year we want to win states, but next year he gonna be windmilling and going crazy on him, man.
Yeah, but see,
this young man, Tony Nola, shout out to you for having a seed like that, and shout out to you being smart enough and in love with black women enough to know like because your genes, you know, not he got some athleticism in it too, man. But look, man, next year I think he might just be coming back door, and they gonna see it in Javon and Will because they all come back. They gonna throw. He gonna be catching reverse alley oops, backdoor, windmilling it on people, man. And I think next year, Wayne, he might get his 20 and 10 a game. But this year, it's overall, it's kind of all about Will. That's cool, but I think even Will's gonna realize, especially if Handley can't beat the Hamptons and them coming down to the States, you better get people like Christian and Javon involved because them kids can hoop too.
Well, that's why
I'll give it to you though, Tony. I'm gonna back my man up because it is in his genes. Like his brother could jump, but Tony just didn't jump. I mean, it's in their genes, man. So, and that's where Christian gets that height from, man. Jason's tall, man.
Yeah, Tony's favorite time to jump when we was young was he tried to bunny hop on the bike and shit.
That's about it. My skateboard, I'm doing ollies. That's it. That's the most air I ever got in my life.
But no lie, man. Christian's nice, man, and he makes it look easy. Like, so I will be honest. Christian's not as passive as some of the people I've seen that got a lot of talent, but sometimes he plays just like, you know, goes through the motions and shit. Like if he starts to get that true dog in him, he will get 20 and 10 a game, and it's gonna be crazy. And that would help Will and them out so much. I know Zach knows it. Like they got a lot of talent, man, and Christian is number 1 on that team, probably in the district. That's why I wish I could be at that Spring Mills game with y'all because they got a bunch of kids that's like that. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, Christian's just different. Even the coaches say it's like he's so quiet. He shows no emotion.
Unselfish.
He's
man.
always been, but he has that dog. He just don't show no emotion. But he's always
got
stepped
the
up.
Dog in him. I know
he does, but he don't show it. It's the funny thing.
He shows it when he comes and pipes on somebody.
We just say he's a silent assassin.
Because that baseline one hand joint, hey, look, that showed you right there. The dog's in him, man.
Yeah, it's there. What I'd like to see a little more of is him, you know, shoot a little more because he'll pass up some shots sometimes when he should just catch and shoot like he usually does because he does that all the time. But he just
so is that a Will Brown factor? Not that young man's fault, but because the system is designed right now to have that.
It's hard. It's hard for me to say anything because I'm not on the staff. I don't. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get into it and want to know what their whole philosophy. I do for the most part because I coach at Daniel, but it could be like maybe they're like, oh, we got to get Will the ball. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, but
that Christian's doing, man, and we both touched on him with it. You and I, Tony, when he puts that ball on the floor, bro. Once you put that ball on the floor, go. And he did that a lot against Skyline, man. When he put the ball on the floor, he took off, and if he didn't get a bucket, he got fouled.
Because that's the great thing with this team. It's like they all gonna have they all can shine. Like it's going back to team. It's like Javon one night scored 16, or something. You know, he was getting his shots.
Yep.
So
man, Javon can shoot.
They're all scared. It's like if you shut down, say a team shuts down Will. Okay, now you got to handle Christian or Javon or Kyron or so, then you shut down like you have to pick your poison with dude. If I coach this team, I would love it.
Yeah.
You got to pick your poison. They all can put it in the hoop.
Man, you can do so many things with a group of kids that Handley has right now. Like Tony said, we both coach. So.
And then what you got coming off the bench too?
Yeah,
Like
Tony and
Amari Isaiah.
Tony and I, a lot of these guys that are on the bench will probably be on the floor.
Those schools. Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
They're starters if they go to another school.
Yep. Isn't Keon on that team?
Oh yeah, Keon. Can't forget about Keon. I love Keon, man.
He plays hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He always hustles. He does the little things. So Keon's always been that glue guy too. He does all the little things right. And shoot, even Brendan Campbell.
Is he number 2, Keon?
But is he number?
That's Gina's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that he was number 2.
But yeah, all of them know they're like, yeah, they all, to me, they play well. They do well.
Shit, my second unit, I'd have what's his name that we just had on the podcast?
Jay Sean.
I'd have him like tractor trailer and shit in there. You damn right.
Yeah.
And you ain't going D1 and not be no athlete. That kid, I'm putting him in the game on that second unit.
You give that boy the ball in the post, ain't nobody stopping him.
Exactly. I'm using him to my advantage. But Handley's deep, man. I don't know if they're ready for people like Hampton, but we're gonna see.
I think they're ready. I mean, dude, Zach's gotten them ready. I could praise him for that. He's gotten them ready over the summer, summer leagues.
Paul the Sixth and John Marshall and shit.
Yeah, and then playing in, in other invitationals and stuff. Like, dude, they've played the John Marshalls, the St. Paul the Sixth. They've played all of them teams. All of them. They've seen tough talent.
See, and that's why it's showing now.
Yeah, so
they've played schools like that.
And then people want to talk about their schedule. Well, it's not their fault. It's a down year, whatever you want to say. But everybody else is playing the same schools,
right?
And man, I ain't gonna lie, Millbrook seems to be good.
They're well coached.
Oh, they're tough. They're not bad. But Handley still blew the doors off of them.
Because they got Eric Green, right?
Eric Green's their coach.
So we already know what he did when he coached girls. So yeah.
But all right, moving on, guys. Enough about Handley. Let's go, judges. The game Wednesday versus Spring Mills. Hopefully it happens. But tomorrow night they face James Wood first on not tomorrow.
Shout out to Big Ben Kane, baby. They're 10-8, man. I didn't know they had a winning record. They're 10-8. Shout out to Ben Kane and his young boys, Michael Bell and all them over there. Bates.
But all right, let's not forget about West Virginia. Remember, we got off. Well, not really off topic, but these West Virginia scores in the Panhandle. You had Hedgesville over Southern, 63-46, and as I mentioned previously, Musselman defeated Sharando Monday night. And then Martinsburg over Jefferson, 63-56. Spring Mills over Washington, 61-46. And Thursday night, got nothing there. And then Friday night, Washington over Jefferson, 60-52. Spring Mills over Musselman, 77-36. And Martinsburg over Hedgesville, 43-35. So there you go for our area West Virginia scores. So, like everybody said, the much anticipated Spring Mills versus Handley matchup Wednesday night.
How much snow are we getting?
Dude, they keep shit. They say it's a lot. I don't know. It's supposed to be, start out as snow, then freezing rain, and then turn into rain. So it's probably a mess. It'll be enough to mess everything up probably Tuesday night. And they won't have the game.
That's what we got last night. We got like 4 inches.
Yeah, so
but it's freezing rain and everything.
Because
you're looking at about 3 to 4 inches coming Tuesday, and then Wednesday they're saying another 7 to 8 on top of that.
Oh Lord!
So you're looking at least 12 inches between 2 days.
Yeah, so there you go.
So you guys aren't playing that Spring Mills game?
No,
probably it doesn't look good.
Guaranteed it.
Yeah,
if Winchester's not open, you can guarantee people that live in the Panhandle and all those mountains, they not coming to school.
Yeah,
exactly. They can't even get out their driveway.
Yeah, so anticipation will be a postponed game.
Yeah, it'll be postponed. Well, I don't know if they'll even make it up.
Snow blowers and shovels ready.
I mean, I hope they make it up. Just pick another day. Hey, shoot, have it on a Saturday or something.
Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. If that game can't play and they got to get on to the districts and playoffs, get those Martinsburg and Spring Mills kids ready, man. We'll set it up with Wayne and Tony and Zeb over there at Shenandoah, man. They can play. We got them.
There you go.
It'll be after the season, but we got them, man. Show up for Hoops for Hope. Raise a couple dollars for the kids in the community, man. Look, Spring Mills, I want y'all to bring it because we big talking and hyping up Handley over here. Let's go. We want some competition. Y'all nice like that? Get your squad together, but don't be cheating and trying to grab some Martinsburg players too.
We'll keep it moving.
That's another topic. Moving on. So into what our first topic, guys. I guess, Wayne, we can discuss the topic you wanted to talk about, these reparations for
Black community.
The black community in Michigan?
Yeah, it was like Hamtramck, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It happened years ago.
Yeah, because I know this is heavy on Europe, but yeah, all these reparations they're talking about giving to families and the stuff like that. So what's all that all about?
Well, what I got from it, it happened around in like the 1960s, where they basically wiped out a Black community, and they were fighting for so many years trying to, get their properties back, such as their homes and businesses, whatever they lost. And at the time, that city was financially struggling. So that's what the prolonged civil lawsuit, that's how it occurred. And it just got settled recently. So, and now you got to look at it like this. A lot of these families that lost their home, they're not even living. There's only a few people that are still living from those years, and they just got reprimanded. They built her a 2-story home, and they're finishing up the last 3 homes, which is going to cost another $1 million. And they got most of the funding through federal grants and state grants. So it was more of a money issue of paying the people back. That's why it never got settled in the 1960s.
So basically they destroyed a whole community is what this whole thing's about?
Yeah.
And to get money?
Over 200 homes it was.
Gotcha.
They had destroyed. And they weren't going to do anything about it. And,
of course.
And then that's when, the Black community, they took it to the next level and, filed a civil lawsuit, and it just kept getting postponed and just, dragged through the mud. And they finally came to a reasonable agreement of this is what we need to do for this community. So they built that community back up. There's 190 some homes already built, but who lives in them? I don't know, because I don't know if they gave it to the next of kin, a family, because a lot of those people are not living. So
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I see here, doing a little, looking up a few things, California is also involved. I think they say they're the first state to give reparations, to the Black community,
right,
or tackle it at least. Kicked it off. And then, of course, what we were talking about, Oregon last night as well is another one where basically the whole state is nothing but white. Because
Blacks weren't even allowed in Oregon until the 1920s?
Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. I think it might have been later than that.
Really?
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And that right there just lets you, I mean, that's a form of racism to me, whites only, I mean, come on, man. This world, we're so divided, man. We got to get back to being a one nation, man. This is what they preach to us. And I've never seen it. As long as I've been living, I've never seen one nation.
Nope.
What do you guys think?
No, I feel like it's getting worse too, Wayne. It's like they're trying to take us back to the 1960s or something.
What did you say last night, Zeb, in our Zoom about Trump? Who starts standing up and being all brave when he's in office?
Well, yeah, it's different, white supremacist groups.
Right. Hey, speak it. Don't be shy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not. I don't know if it's him or if it's just the people feel more comfortable. I think that people feel more comfortable showing their face and acting up when he's president. It's weird.
It, it's not like they're showing their face. They're scared to show their faces. A lot of these dudes, they come through, they got like goggles on and hats, and they try to disguise themselves. But we all know it's white supremacists. And
Yeah,
we all know what happened when Donald Trump was in office the first time. Like you saw a lot more acts from white supremacists and groups like that. Like y'all remember Charlottesville when they beat that one black kid to death with bats and uh 2x4s and metal poles, like, and then don't forget about the student that ran all those people over, man. Like, it was a lot of white supremacist acts going on when Trump was in office, man. And I feel like it's just a repeated cycle.
yeah. It makes things more divided. It goes back
Yeah.
to what you were saying. It's
So,
like it's funny how things were quiet for 4 years, and then
Yeah.
it's starting again. It's
hmm
it's weird.
Well, it goes back, his first time in office. It's like, for one, the guy don't hold it. He says what he wants to say, which whatever is fine, but it's how he says it, and then it comes across, and he's white supremacist or KK, whoever starts it, because like you just said, dude, he's got their back.
right.
How do you have a damn like January 6th happened? He pardons thousands of people for doing that. So of course now they're like, man, we could do whatever the hell we want. It's just how people feel, right?
Well,
Am I
I
right? Like,
think he just wants their votes, Tony. I don't think he
well, of
really gives a
course.
shit about what they believe in or anything like that. I just think he wants their votes.
Oh, of course. Like we've said this before. Trump don't give a damn. All the people that voted for him, he don't give a damn about them.
He's
You
about money.
know,
He's about making money and
him
being
must.
powerful. And
But
he needs votes to
my thing is
keep his power.
he's been made derogatory remarks towards women, minorities, and that's the problem when you have your supposed leader of the country saying shit like he does. Then of course people are going to come out those closet racists, this that now they feel a little more braver now with like you're the leader of your country's out there saying stupid shit.
Right.
You know, right?
We should be past all this though.
Yeah,
Like
it's
racism stuff.
2025.
It shouldn't even matter anymore. Like at
It
this point,
shouldn't.
it shouldn't even come up.
Man, we've said this since we was in middle school, high school. Like, oh, it shouldn't. Why is there still race? Blah blah blah, dude. It's 2025. We're all in our It's still going on.
It's like people just can't get past it.
They can't. It's sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, man. It makes you wonder, man. Because, the people that they have in charge, man, it's like they're trying to go back to the old ways, man.
Mhm.
The old ways was not good for the country. It was only good for certain people.
Yep. You're right. Chris, what you think? You quiet.
Well, a few things. One, you guys are saying people are coming back out and this and that, supremacist groups and stuff. Guess what? That's true colors being shown.
Mm-hmm.
I also look at the January 6th incident as two things. One, yes, I'm not for that whole thing, only because if it was any other ethnic group, they would have had an issue and probably tried to fight and kill them. But all those so-called KKK people were able to storm the Capitol building. But what I would say on that other front is if we all came together as a people, because like Wayne just said, he ain't never seen a divided nation. If we all came together, we could take over, and they proved it. They took over with just rednecks and KKK members. Imagine if everybody come together like that video I was talking about the other week on the show, with the rednecks and the black people came together and was like, look, this is what they afraid of. If we all come together and work as one. And the truth is, if they can take over that Capitol building, we can fight our own government anytime we want, but we don't do it. As
You
far
you
as
know what they're scared of?
reparations, though, Zeb, I won't really speak on that. I'm a firm believer in. I understand all of it, but I think everybody should be given the same, and that's me. I think everybody should be given the same kind of house for their family, free health care, free education, all this kind of thing, and it doesn't happen. So If they don't do that, they're not going to give people reparations like that, man. They're just not. They don't care. And the truth is, we all know the system is designed like that. They're not going to give us anything. They want to take things away.
Yeah. Agreed.
It just took me damn near 42, 43 years to realize it's really not about everything I'm thinking it is because of how they brainwash us. It's more about rich and poor, and it's not about rich. We all got rich friends, and they not involved in that either because they gonna get killed off too. They not super rich. They just rich enough because they around us, so they look like they got money. Man, they ain't got no money on Elon and Mark Zuckerberg's
Nah.
level. They gonna wipe them out too. Even all the people Meadow Branch, they not safe. Trust me, they not safe. They not on their level.
Nope.
No.
They want that land. They taking all y'all out.
Yeah, man.
So
Like
to me,
this,
it's all fucked up, the whole system. But that January 6th thing opened my eyes to like, man, if we really come together as black, white, brown, and everything in between, we could take over anything, man. They proved it.
You need
You're
somebody to
right.
bring people together, like a real leader. You
That's
need
the
a real,
one thing I loved about the Black Lives Matter movement out here. Man, I seen so many shook cops and shit, and I went up to one of them one time because I'm like, y'all got all this riot gear and shit on, and there's thousands of y'all everywhere. You think that don't make people feel like, oh, y'all ready to fight and go to war? Like, that's what it is. Why y'all coming out here looking like that? So, but you know what they were shook of is because the Black Lives Matter movement, man, the thing that was beautiful about it, regardless of what people think, is, man, it was so many white people, young white people, Asians, Hispanics, Indians, Middle Easterns, everybody was out that movement together. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, everybody came together.
Yeah,
But,
and they don't like that. They look shook, and they had thousands of cops everywhere out here with the riot gear on. And I'm like, man, y'all look like y'all ready to go to war against us. But I know one thing, y'all ain't deeper than us. You see the streets.
and that's the thing. See, that's why they're shook because, like you say, if we come together as a people, we outnumber them.
Yep.
The police, they don't have the numbers.
That's
You
why they
know?
had to hurry up and get that case over and convict Chauvin because they was like, man, this is
Mhm.
going too far, man. We got to shut it down.
Yeah.
we can't like really get off the topic of reparation.
Yeah,
Like,
go ahead. Wait,
you
I
gotta
think
think about like the New Orleans situation, like when all the water flooded the city. And you know, a lot of those homeowners, they didn't have homeowners insurance and shit, so they get screwed. But you're thinking of a poor type of community where people can't really afford to pay for home insurance. They're never thinking something like this is going to happen. Personally, my belief, I think the government did it. I mean, because the same thing happened back in the 1940s in Vanport, Oregon, where it wiped out a whole fucking city in Vanport, where they said it was a break in a dike, which allowed so much water from the Columbia River to just sweep through the whole town, and they everything was gone, bro. Everything's gone. Where's
so
the reparations?
coincidental.
If you don't have that home owner's insurance, there is no reparations, bro.
Yeah.
But how can they afford it when the cost of living is this and you only make this? It doesn't meet. So it's like a system that is designed for poor communities to struggle.
Mhm.
And if something happens, you're fucked.
Yep.
yeah.
So we have to better this systematical thing that they got going on, man. Like shit's got to be affordable, man. If your income doesn't match the economy, how are you supposed to live?
Yeah, you can.
But
You
that's
can.
worse too, man.
Go
Your
ahead,
income
Seth.
doesn't match.
You can because we've talked about this. The minimum wage is what barely went up
Right.
since we were kids.
Yep.
But what goes up? Everything else goes up.
Right.
I mean, how can you have $10, $12 an hour? You know, and expect you can't, dude. You can't survive. Honestly, we all work. We know how money you go. Making 15,
Yeah.
almost it isn't even enough an
Right.
hour.
You
You know, with
remember
the economy.
back in the day, if you were making like $25 an hour,
Oh,
man,
you
you
were
were making
balling.
bank. You're killing
Oh,
it.
oh
Now, if
yeah,
you're a single parent making $25 an hour, that's enough to be poor.
yeah.
That's
That's
enough to
what I'm
be
getting
poverty.
at. Like, yeah, back, you was making 20. Like, you're right, but
That ain't nothing.
How many people was making $25 an hour
Only
in
people
the
that had a
80s?
degree in something,
You know what I mean?
or a 2-year technical school or
I was
something.
fortunate enough years ago. I was making that much.
Right.
You know, like I was balling. You know, I'll say it, making over 20 an hour. But now I'm not going anywhere with. I'm just comparing it. Like then I could survive. I was single,
Yeah.
right? I wasn't married. You know, I had no kids. But now when you got a family and
It's
everything, dude,
different.
that money It's
bro.
gone before you make it. I mean, right or wrong.
But it comes back to that in two words: the system.
Well, of course, it's designed. We've talked about it. It's
Designed,
designed to
man.
have everybody, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
That's just like you just said you were balling. Like, yeah, you made probably 90,000 that year, but the government took 25 of that.
Yeah,
So you wasn't really balling.
but I'm just saying what I'm getting at. I wanted to say is like I was single.
No, I
at the
get what
time.
you're
You know
saying.
what I mean? Like we're talking about like all of us have families now. Like,
What's the most important song in hip hop history, fellas?
Ballin'.
Definitely not. What's the most important song in hip hop history, fellas?
the most important song?
Yep.
NWA, Express Yourself.
No, but that's a good one.
Damn. Was I close?
No, wrong coast.
Wrong. Oh, you're talking about Mo Money Mo Prop or P. Diddy?
Definitely not.
It's got to be a song. It's got to be a song about the people.
Absolutely. What's the name of it?
And I'm trying to think of the name of it right now.
Oh, I think it's on the tip of my freaking tongue.
I already know it.
Zeb knows.
We're not going
I
to
don't know.
so just go ahead and tell me.
Yeah, just tell us, Chris. Come on.
All right,
Public
here's their
development?
most famous
development.
Here's their most famous member. Yeah, boy.
Oh, Public Enemy.
I just said it. I said Public Enemy.
Did you say Public?
So what's the song?
Fight the
911.
Power.
There you go, Tony. There you go.
Power, man.
Come on, wait, Zeb.
And that's
Yeah,
what we got to do, Wayne. For real, we got to fight the power. That's the only thing I'm saying about January 6th. Right or wrong, hey, look, they proved it. We can fight these motherfuckers. And if we all come together like the Black Lives Matter movement as a people, we can take over anything and everybody. And at the end of the day, man, I don't keep saying it. I would love to see Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them. Man, we gotta take the fuck out of it. Y'all gone. Bye. Right. We can create. We can appoint and create new world leaders that really care about the people, man. Fuck all them evil ass people, man. I'll take them out. I'm not speaking for nobody else in the show, man. If I can, I ain't gonna lie. I'll take y'all dudes out.
Well, you ever heard somebody say power is given? Like people give you power and they can take it back.
So now we got to fight it. Yeah, we got to take it back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You got me rolling.
Wayne's over here cracking up. I'm like, what is so funny?
I love you, Chris. We can go to bat, man, but we ain't got what they got, man. I'm telling you, bro. Look,
but he's just saying you got power.
No, I get what he's saying, though.
Yeah, what Chris is just saying is you have power in numbers. Yeah, that's what he's saying. If everybody right, that's what like the Black Lives Matter, the BLM, when they did
all of us come together, man. Nobody can stop us. Nobody that so-called controls us, they can't stop us. We are the people that control.
He ain't saying violently it's like just banned to get protest. You know,
so at the end of the day, this reparation thing.
Oh no, I'm not saving my face. I'm saying take them out.
Oh
no, that's what it's about though.
Because you're gonna have to. If you don't take them out, they're gonna still be there.
At the end of this topic, and then we can move on, man. But it's about the movement, and Chris is right.
And those 6 individuals I'm talking about, they could pay the whole world reparations, man. Fuck out of here. These dudes are so ignorant, man. I'm sick of it, man. They don't care about nobody. Definitely don't care about black people. They don't care about nobody.
Yeah. Not even their own kind, really.
They don't. If you ain't on their level, they don't give a fuck about your white ass. I'm being honest.
Yeah, we've said that. Yeah, green is their, what they love. You got to have the green.
So at the end of this topic, man, just stop feeding into all their bullshit. If people are listening to us, stop feeding into this shit, man. We got to make a movement.
Don't get your taxes and go out there and buy all the Amazon and shit, man, because that's all they doing is feeding them.
Yeah.
I got paid. I can get this new this. You can get a whole lot of shit for a short time frame, but guess what? I got rainy days right now. My company just shut down. Today was our last day of existence, and I've been there for 5.5 years. Look, we go out there and buy all this shit and keep giving them money when they already tax us on their check and everything we buy. Man, we got to stop doing that. And one way to fight back, and for the people that ain't physically trying to fight back, man, you can fight back this kind of way. And financially is the way that's going to really hurt those people.
Right. It's true, man, because like you said, man, they take money from our taxes or our checks throughout the year, right?
They only show up on Friday.
Roughly about, I'm not gonna lie to you, in 1 year from my salary, they take about $25,000 from me, man. So on a tax return, they're gonna give you back like $2,500 of that. And you're looking at it like, how is that fair? Like, but like Chris just said, it's designed for when they give you that little tax return for 2,500. Y'all want to jump back out there like, oh, I got money. I'm gonna go buy this. I'm gonna go buy that. You're just feeding into their system, man.
Mhm.
You're giving your money right back to them.
And they're taxing that too.
Exactly, man. So
Yeah.
stop feeding
Yeah,
them
but
into the system.
Chris, what you're saying, like peaceful way, like people always talk about like what inflation's a big thing. And I think, it was a local grocery store here in Winchester closed their door for 24 hours in protest. Like, I think it was more the immigrant, but they shut down like to hurt for a protest. But see, like that's shit that has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I worked at a grocery store, Martin's, and I've said it before too. It's like if you don't go buy nothing or a company stands up to just shut for one day. You know how much money they lose in one day?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them lose millions in a day. So American public has to understand, like, dude, you hurt these big corporations a bit. Their pot don't buy stuff.
Yep.
Man, shit will change.
Yeah,
but
man.
when people band together,
support the small businesses, man. That's what you got to do.
that too. But I'm just saying, that's how, one way to protest is don't buy shit. Hurt them in where it hurt. Where does it hurt? Their pockets, their money. And they love it.
Like, for instance, we all love Nike. But we gotta stop fucking buying that shit.
Will people stop? No, they ain't gonna stop.
Stop buying it, man.
They're not gonna stop.
I know back in the day you could buy the jumpsuit together. Now you gotta pay for each piece. $90 for the pants, $60 for the hoodie. I'm like, what?
Look,
man, cut the shit.
I challenge everyone. Look, one day I just said they'll lose millions of dollars. You know how much money would Nike lose?
I agree with you, Tony.
But
I agree.
How much in a 24-hour span? How much would you think Nike would lose?
Millions.
No. Like go a week. Get everybody to go 1 week without spending $1.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
I mean,
like
I'm just saying,
I'm talking about everything. Groceries, gas, like go 1 week, organize it. Like millions of people don't spend $1.
Well,
yeah.
It'd make the stock market crash.
It would.
Grocery stores, people are just fed into that. So that might be one thing that might only be standard. But as far as all that other shit go, man, stop buying it. Like Tony said, stop buying it. Like Zeb said, for a week or two. Man, and watch you see Nike start closing down some of their buildings across the whole United States. They ain't got it just in Winchester. They got them motherfuckers everywhere.
Mm-hmm. They would
start shutting down,
something.
man. Start shutting these Macy's down, man. Start shutting all that shit down, man. We're not doing nothing but making them richer, man.
I want to
go back to making your own clothes. Get yourself a sewing machine.
I'm gonna grow hemp and make clothes out of hemp.
Fuck that. I'm gonna start going out here killing animals. I'm gonna start eating the old school. Man. Like, fuck that, man. I'm gonna give me like 10 chickens. I don't need nobody's eggs. I got eggs for the community.
There you go.
Get them the right feed, man.
That's how they got people anyway. It used to be a man's job to go out there and hunt and feed the family. And nobody could tell you what you could or couldn't do with it. Now, if you want that food to feed your family, you're going to pay for it. Because somebody said you can't have it unless you buy it.
Well, they made a law in Winchester where you can't have animals like chickens. They made that. Yeah. They outlawed that back in the day.
Because they want to buy from their certain farms and whatever else they're going to give it to you from. That's it.
Well, don't you have to have a permit, I think?
Well,
you can't get a permit.
So you have to have a license to fish. How much bullshit is that? How are you going to tell me you can fish and we can't?
Exactly.
You can't collect rainwater and sell it. It came from the sky, and you can't collect it in buckets and barrels and then sell it, but they can.
Yeah,
comes back to
and then they
system.
tap on fancy stickers or nice bottles. Poland Springs, man, you don't know what the fuck Poland Springs is, but you're gonna buy $5 worth of it right now.
Well, just like you just said, though, Chris, that's how it used to be back in the day. The man had to go out and hunt and feed the family. But now,
all of a sudden, they figured out they can make us all pay for it, and they can control it all. That's bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta have a hunting license. You can't even go out and feed your family.
That's why when people tell me, when I say stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, this and that. You got to have laws. You got to have this and that." I'm like, "But they created it so that we have to feed into it and buy it. Who said that they was the ones that make this up and we have to listen?" Yes, there should be rules and regulations and laws for certain things, but not when it comes to people can do certain things to survive and the rest of us can't.
It's about that key word you just said. It's survival, man, and they're taking that right from us.
Because we're not fighting them. That's why January 6th, that's the one thing I do like about it, man. We can fight the shit out of these dudes.
Yeah.
So
But we
on
won't.
that,
We won't. Look what they're doing in Palestine, which is our next topic.
that's what I'm saying.
All,
Moving
all,
on.
all of a sudden, I've been talking about me and Zeb since October 7th of 2023, when they started killing them off again in public. And now the social media and shit, we can see it, blowing up babies, blowing up women, this and that, blaming a so-called group called Hamas. Oh, they're the ones, and that's their whole excuse. But they're fucking genociding this whole nation, this whole people of Palestine. And now Trump is like, oh, we're just going to go in there and take over now, and we're going to put these people in all these different countries, and we're going to create a place where it's good for everybody. What do you mean? That's their home. How you can go there and say, y'all got to all go, and we're taking over? But it's 2025, Tony. How is that cool? I haven't been cool with it. And I told you I got kicked off the Instagram twice for sharing my stories about all that. And I wasn't going to stop. They kept kicking me off. And so every picture and shit I ever posted, just normal of us, was all gone. But I'm not going to stop sharing the truths, man. That's why it hurts me, man, to know that people's cool with it. They're like, yeah, man, we deserve that land. What are you fucking talking about? You deserve it.
And you're right, man. You said you got kicked off Instagram twice, man. But
Twice.
the people that run that, they're not for that shit. That's why you got kicked off.
Because they don't want me to share it.
Yeah,
They probably
man.
think you're a terrorist.
So,
They
Zeb
probably
seen a
look
lot
at
of
you.
the stuff I was sharing back in the day. They kicked me off.
Yeah, man.
I didn't make any of that. I just shared real footage of people filming their own family members and kids dying.
Yeah,
But they weren't sharing that on the news.
Missing legs and arms and everything, just getting killed. And they 2-3 months old, boom, boom, getting taken out, getting shot right in front of them by people that said, this is our land now.
Yeah,
When the whole time in 1947, when the Holocaust and shit was going on, that's the only country that opened up their doors and opened up their arms for these people to come. And then they eventually just said, well, we're going to keep taking over now. And all of a sudden, the only people that really got reparations is the Jewish people.
But tell them, Zeb's right. What'd you just say? It's not in the news.
Yeah, you're sharing stuff that they weren't even sharing on media outlets in the news.
Because the two families that own the news are the ones that's responsible for making sure all this is either told or not told. They're not telling nobody the truth. At that history, dog, we didn't realize it. But when we was young, we always heard people say his story, but that's the truth. They rewrite history the way they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this country's history is not told and near none of the truths. We never was learned or taught hardly any of that in our textbooks. And I can't blame Mr. Gordon and Mr. Gowdy and all them, because they only told us what they was paid and taught to teach us. And that's probably all they knew. But we're younger now and have way more access to shit, man. We was lied to about everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
How are they going to take over that land and kick everybody out and say it's okay? But yeah, hold on. So that's okay for USA and it is not real Israel to do that. But yet this country wants to kick all the people that's not legally here out. Well, you're over there illegal trying to kill these people and move them out so you can take over their land. So why can't people that's not even trying to take over our land just come here to work? How's that work?
Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting, man. Yeah. My thought on it is just it's been a plan in the works. It didn't just pop
for
up.
Years.
I think they've been plotting this for years, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, we first started
with
that's why Israel does exist. That's the one piece of land we got. And little did the people from America and Europe realize they fucked up. That's the one piece of land in the Middle East and they ain't got no oil.
True.
So now they trying to take out Iraq and all these fucking places, Saudi Arabia shit and Kuwait, because that's where all the war's been, right? And who gets blamed all the time and why we got to go to war? People from those countries when they haven't never done nothing to us. Because the U.S. and Europe and the old ass school white people want to take over and make everything white, and they want to run and have everything.
They want it all. It's about territory.
They want everything.
Yeah, I mean, you're naive to not think like all the wars are still going on. So it's over oil.
Yep.
Our military and our government, that's how they operate. Like Chris is saying, it's territory, having control of everything. So, like you said, then they want to pin it on the country that, they started, make up some fucking story where, they started it somehow. But no, it's us.
Yeah.
We're in everybody's business. We got to control everything. We got to control the oil and all that. So, yeah, you're very freaking naive if you think our military over in the Middle East has been there for decades, not just yet decades, claiming there's a war but it's just oil.
Yeah.
And me and Zeb talk about this a lot before, man. Zeb, tell him, man, what's your whole thoughts on this bullshit that's going on and it's been going on?
Oh, it's a genocide. It's
Damn
a
right.
genocide. Yeah, they're doing like they went through their genocide in World War II, Israel, and now they're projecting that. It's like revenge. Now they're doing that to other people.
Right.
It's
Gotcha.
another Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's not being shown on the news at all.
Nobody's done anything. Like
No.
when did this start? 2023, 2022. Nobody
The
said
new
anything.
one, but
Maybe it
they've
was
been
like
killing
They've been
and
doing
doing
it.
I
this
was
for
gonna,
years.
yeah, I was gonna say this has been going on. Like a
All
super
in Palestine, which is Gaza and Rafah and all those places. They've been blowing them up and killing them left and right.
yeah, it's been
And
going.
then
Chris is right.
they use these regions of the Middle East and blame anything on them when it's really America, Europe, Israel doing it. It's
Mm-hmm.
those white people, and they're blaming it on them so they can rile all of us up. So when they do show that kind of stuff on the news that they want us to see, oh, 9/11 was by bin Laden. Well, there's proof to show that him and they never did anything like that. And Al Qaeda was made up by the CIA.
Well,
But
here's
they
the thing.
brainwashed the American people and the masses to be like, oh yeah, fuck these people, fuck all the people with turbans and the fucking they do it, they're wrong, they're terrorists. Man, the terrorists has got shirts and ties on, motherfucker, and they the ones that work in the top of the buildings out here in the USA.
Well,
Yeah, man.
that whole thing, that conflict with Israel and Palestine, like if Palestine attacks Israel, it's on the news. They're terrorists. If it's the other way and Israel attacks Palestine, you hear crickets chirping. Nobody even talks about it.
And
Yeah.
Palestine doesn't even have weapons.
And shout out to Cat Williams, man, because he's been telling us. You know what I'm saying? He's like, our government is bullies, man. We over there just killing them. They don't ever report today we killed 12 children, 2 women. They don't ever use those terms, man.
Yeah.
And they don't never talk about how they just came and killed 12 people, including 4 children in Alabama or New York or Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
because they don't come over here and do it.
yeah, man.
But we go over there all the time, man. All the time and just kill innocent people. And don't be like, oh, just women and children. Man, the men is fucking innocent. I've never once seen men over here from any of those countries, including China and Russia, that's over here just trying to fight me, Wayne, Tony, and Zeb in the streets. I ain't never seen it.
Yeah. Our government, they're so selfish towards other countries, man, which makes it a bad life for us as U.S. citizens, man. With
But that's how
oil,
this whole country became about.
yeah, with this oil thing, man, like oil was great in the 90s, man. I was getting, I don't know, 90 cent a gallon. One year it was like 79 cent a gallon. Like, what happened to those prices?
I remember getting gas at Sheets on Pleasant Valley. Yeah, Pleasant Valley right there by Shenandoah, 99 cents. And I'm like, yeah, lit. Not even $1. They get you your penny back.
Something happened over this oil that they not telling us about, man, because everything was great.
And they keep lying and saying, oh,
Well,
we'll run
it's
out of
just-
it and this and that. We're not going to run out
I
of
was gonna say that. I was gonna just say that, Chris. Like they always claim, oh, we're gonna no. The earth produces oil.
it. Yeah, we're not running
Like
out of it.
we're never gonna run out of oil.
Nope.
It's constantly. If we would ran out of oil, as many people would live in this. We'd been out a long time ago.
Exactly. Tony.
The earth produces oil. Yeah. So
Stop fucking
running
lying.
out is bullshit. We don't. And the thing is, we got our own. Oil ports? What do we call it? Off the Gulf of America now. They call it Gulf of Mexico. But we have it right here. But we want to go to another country and get oil when we have it right here in our own. Off our shore.
And there are people
don't
that
wanna
grew
use
up in this so-called country, this corporation we live in, that have created ways for you to drive and have a means of transportation without so-called oil. And every time those people get killed and their shit and ideals get taken, and the only thing that exists now that's where it's not, you don't need no gasoline. What is those electric cars? Who runs that shit? Tesla. Who the fuck owns Tesla? Elon robot ass Musk. Who the fuck is the real Tesla? Nikola Tesla created electricity, not Con Edison, not no Thomas Edison and them. Tesla. He created electricity to be free for all people. They killed him, stole his ideals, and now this dude Elon Musk, who creates robots to take over even more of the world, calls his fucking car Tesla.
Yeah.
When they killed that man who created free electricity.
Funny and interesting, huh?
Well, wasn't there was somebody else who ran a car off of water?
Yep.
Was that
Yeah,
of water?
I sent that to y'all about a month ago.
And that guy disappeared, right? Who invented that? Like
Yeah.
he made an automobile that ran off of freaking water.
And I'm telling you, it was an African American that did it.
Yeah.
He built his own little car, had it running off water, and all of a sudden nobody knows where this guy's at. They said, "Hold on, man, you're fucking with us, man." Like,
well, it's a lot of things. Like
you know where he's at.
a lot of things have been invented and shit. Some we don't even know about, but it can be ran off water.
he's a hostage now. That's where he's at.
Another big one is hemp. I don't think we've ever gotten to the why marijuana was made illegal, but the whole reasoning is because of the uses of hemp.
Mm-hmm.
That the oil companies were behind that, making that illegal because they knew they would have lost all their money because, Chris has got hemp. Yeah, all the, the resources and what you can do with hemp.
Yeah,
Rope, clothes, oil, all that off a natural resource. And the oil companies shut that down. So that was it on that. But it's just crazy how everything's just so messed up and controlled by the powers that be.
Yeah. Like you try to make something illegal that just grows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a plant. It just grows like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you happen to set it on fire, though, there are some side effects.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know that.
You know what I'm saying? But
it ain't ever killed nobody, right?
Man, never. Man.
Never.
And then our government, they just try to find ways when they do legalize it. How can we get $1?
Oh, they know that.
That's why they legalized the motherfucker, because everybody smoke.
Yeah.
They say this is going to be to chill. It's like, what's that? Shark Tank?
Shark Tank. Yeah.
They said, we didn't hit them it's a home run. It's out the park. Legalize this shit, bro. We about to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once they find out a way they can make money.
Yeah, and then they're gonna put stimulations on it. They're gonna be like, you can get high, but you can't ride around with it in your car. And I mean, certain shit, man.
You know what they'll do? Because you know how the liquor stores are. They're owned by the state government. They'll do the same thing with weed.
Well, yeah, once they
it's already done out here.
Yeah,
all the illegal shops up here, the so-called illegal shops, they raid them and shut them down.
Do they really?
Yeah, but there's so many that's real. That's out here. They're just legal fucking dispensaries and shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is y'all's ABC ran by the state, Chris, in New York?
It's ran by Asians.
Oh. Yeah, because out here, man, it's ran by the state, bro.
Like our shit's open right now. I can go get a bottle if I want. Everything's open. Like I even asked him. I remember on Thanksgiving, I was like, "Oh, I got to get my stuff now because y'all be closed tomorrow." He was like, "No, sir, we gonna get more money tomorrow. We open." It's just like, all right, bet, because I'm used to, as being young in Virginia, man, you got to get there by 9 on Sundays, by 6. Like it was crazy.
You're in the Bible Belt. That's the whole thing.
I'm trying to figure out
Sundays.
They want people to buy the alcohol, but on Sundays they were like, "Nah, you got to go to church because you was sinning all week, and then we'll open the liquor store up at 12 when y'all get out."
But before you get to the liquor store on Sunday, if you at church, you good because you can drink the wine they give you.
True. It's very true.
They slick with it, but they give you some wine and some bread. The bread to sober you up a little bit so you don't get too litty before you get out of there.
Yeah, because that shit will get you litty.
Right. All right, guys. We're moving on. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Chiefs and Eagles.
Yeah, baby.
Update.
Y'all know what time it is today.
Yeah, big Super Bowl. And who's going to win?
For entertainment purposes only, this is how they get you. Y'all going to the grocery store, you putting the money right back in your pockets.
Right, here we go.
Everybody cooking.
Hey, the Super Bowl is like another holiday.
Hey, the Super Bowl is part of
it's an American holiday, a North American holiday or whatever.
Well,
it's a corporate holiday to me.
Well,
they have the game on early. That way they can get you to work the next day.
Look, everybody getting paid. Pepsi, Gatorade, the eggs, the farms. I mean,
hey, you're gonna see the biggest commercial.
The
biggest commercial tonight is gonna be by State Farm, who was the insurance people that pulled out from California 3 months ago, and their biggest sponsor is or celebrity is Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
They out here sponsoring Super Bowls but can't sponsor the people that lost their homes.
Right.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me. This ain't no game.
Kansas City gonna win, but I think Chris Jones is gonna be MVP.
Chris Jones.
I think they're gonna have a well. Obviously,
I like that.
It's probably gonna be Pat Mahomes.
You think it'd be when was the last time there was a defensive MVP in the Super Bowl? I think
the Seahawks. The Seahawks had one with Russell Wilson.
It was Wagner. Was it Wagner?
It wasn't Wagner though. It was the one of their defensive players who was less known or talked about out
Really?
of Chancellor and Earl Thomas and all them. I forget his name. He was beast.
I think it was Earl, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Earl Campbell. It wasn't Cam Chancellor. It wasn't Bobby Wagner. But it was a dude that was on their line. He was beast.
Have to look that up.
Yeah. But yeah, who y'all like today, baby? Who you like?
Okay.
Has your mind changed since last week?
No, I like the Chiefs. I don't think I've said they win the close game. It'll be a close game. I feel it'll be close, but Chiefs will pull it out. Mahomes is too much. Jalen Hurts can't win a game because I think the Chiefs defense. I don't think they'll slow down Barkley, but they ain't going to completely shut him down, and they're going to make Jalen Hurts win the game or try. And I don't see Jalen Hurts stepping up and doing that because Mahomes is just Mahomes and does Mahomes things.
Well,
so I say
I was going to pull a fun fact up from a few shows back when we all predicted who was going to make the Super Bowl. I'm not listening to Tony or Chris. Zeb, I want to know who's going to win today because you predicted that Philly and the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl.
Okay,
so I got to give you airtime on this one. Who do you like?
Oh, so he was the only one who predicted.
He's the only one that picked Philly and the Chiefs. So who you like today, Zeb?
I think Philly's going to pull it off because of their blitz packages, their pass rush. They get after quarterbacks. Philly's got a real good defense, man, and people don't really talk about that because they're busy talking about Barkley.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I can agree. I mean, yeah,
they got a defense.
I'm going with you today, Zeb. I'm taking the Eagles money line, man.
Yeah, they'll pass rush. They'll frustrate. I think they'll try to frustrate Mahomes and get him out of his game, and then they can control the clock with Barkley with the run game, defense and running. That's how you win Super Bowls.
Okay. Can't disagree with that. Can't disagree at all. Chris,
turnovers will be big too.
I like Jaden Daniels.
All right, but
we
know that had to come up.
Who you like though?
I like Pat Mahomes because that's what they do. They win.
And we're rooting for Najee Johnson. We can't forget about him.
Exactly. No lie. I'm definitely rooting
kid.
for them for that young man. We got a kid from Winchester. I don't know him, but from Winchester. He only been in the league 3 years and about to win his third ring.
Yep.
So if anybody should be sponsored by that fake ass Palestine dude, fucking DJ Khaled, it should be Najee. Because all I do is win, no matter what.
Right. So Zeb's got the Eagles. I got the Chiefs. Chris has got the Chiefs. Wayne, who do you got?
I told you I'm riding with my boy, man. I think Zeb's got it, man.
You got it.
So we're split here,
man. I'm 100 with Zeb. With Barkley's gonna have a beast game. I like him to go over 100 yards, 2 tutties today, and I think they're right. I think the Eagles are gonna make just enough plays on that defensive side by their schemes and their blitzes, and it's gonna cost Mahomes possibly a turnover or two, man. So I think the turnover is going to be the key to this game, and I think Philly's going to win in that department. So I like the Eagles today over the Chiefs.
It seems like the whole playoffs were just decided by turnovers. It was all about turnovers.
Oh, that's sports. It's who wins the turnover battle.
And time of possession also.
That's sports in general. You're not going to win if you turn the ball over.
Yep.
9 times out of 10.
Because most likely you don't have the ball. So it's time of possession. So that's good stuff.
So top 3 Super Bowls, guys, real quick, that you've ever seen in your lifetime. I'm curious on this. You want me to start off?
3.
I have my 3.
Go ahead.
San Francisco and the Bengals. second
Which
matchup.
one? They played back to back against each other.
Yeah, but the second Super Bowl when Montana took him down and won on the last drive. When he dropped that one, when I was a kid, saw that game, and that was an amazing game.
That was the game
That
where
was the
Ronnie Lott
89
ended.
season, 90 Super Bowl.
What's that, Zeb?
That was the game where Ronnie Lott he ended Ickey Woods.
Oh yeah,
He
he
ended
smacked.
that.
Yeah, set the tone. He was like, I set the tone from the smacked him at the line of script. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that Super Bowl is definitely like off the top of my head. Then the Rams and Titans Super Bowl when they got stopped at the 1 inch line at the end of the game, came down to the wire.
2000 Super Bowl.
Yep, that Chris knows the years. So that's
Chris be on
two.
with that.
Oh yeah, he's on it. And then I have to go with the Patriots come back against the Falcons when it was that, what was it, 24 to
that's when
7
they had
or
Julio Jones.
Huh?
They had Julio Jones in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Falcons. Yeah.
That's 2027 Super Bowl.
Yeah, the biggest comeback and winning the first overtime. Remember, like, so those are my top three right there.
It's good stuff.
I could have picked my Cowboys, but when we were in the Super Bowl, we just destroyed everybody. So they were just blowouts.
All right.
But yeah, those are my top three. What y'all got?
Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Chris.
Somebody. Zeb, what you got? Zeb's trying to find them now, see?
Yeah.
I had three right off the top of my head.
You just got to go. The best,
instilled in your brain.
90 season, 91 Super Bowl. One of the best ones out of the top three for me would be the first Buffalo Super Bowl when they did lose to Lawrence Taylor and the Giants, and Scott Norwood missed that field goal. That was like 20-19. And that was also one of my first memories of watching the whole game and paying attention.
That's in my top five.
So that one I loved. I would definitely have to say I loved the 95 Super Bowl when I got to see Deion and Jerry Rice, but Deion played for the 49ers and they smashed the San Diego Chargers and Natron Means in them. But I love that one because Deion was doing it on ball, offense and defense. And now look at his kids and look at Travis Hunter and the guys he's coaching, man. There ain't nobody better than that. And then the other Super Bowl that I would say I love, man, it might honestly be with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed's first Super Bowl. Because that was when I seen, because I didn't see the 85 Bears defense. I was 4. That defense with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, man, just leading the way. They really won that Super Bowl, and that was crazy. They smashed. Okay. I think they beat. It wasn't the Giants. Was it the Giants?
Who I think they.
It was the Giants.
The Giants.
Right? The Giants had won the Super Bowl the year before.
Yeah, you're right.
No, the Giants didn't win the Super Bowl.
You got yours, Wayne.
Yeah, I got 3, but it's probably not the best of all time. I might have to throw that one out. Denver versus Green Bay. John Elway's first one.
Yeah, that's
when
good.
Terrell Davis rushed for like 157 yards. He was a monster.
His first win, he had already lost 3 Super Bowls, but hey, he made them.
Exactly.
So he's kind of like LeBron.
But that was a good game. And another one was when the Patriots played the Seahawks. We all know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Carroll don't want to get Marshawn the ball at the goal line. You know what I'm saying? They could have knocked the Patriots off in that one.
Who'd you say, Pete Carroll or Todd Hill? Because Todd ain't give the ball to my man Patrick Burks either. But, man, that reminded me of that shit, man. How you don't give Beast Mode the fucking ball?
Right. And then my last one, it was memorable. It was the David Tyree catch with the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of good ones. It's hard to pick 3.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of good ones. Like you said,
like you say, that Bills-Giants one, too, that's like right there. That was a good one.
Been a lot of good Super Bowls.
20-19 when Scott Norwood wide right.
I left my Washington Redskins off. We could have said the 91. You know what I'm saying? But there's been so many great Super Bowls that we've witnessed, and there's been so many great Super Bowls that we didn't witness. So, you know.
I'm just saying, or like what we've seen. Zeb, what you got?
Oh, I got the Super Bowl where they didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. I got that.
So you and Wayne got the same one.
And
that was a great game.
I've got the Giants New England game, the catch. But then I got
and wasn't that, hold on, wasn't that the year that was New England undefeated that year? Was that the year they were when he made that catch?
Yeah, because that's the
I
06
think
season, 07 Super Bowl.
Yeah. So that one was lit because
Kelly Washington was on that
Giants-
team. Shout out to Kelly, another Winchester native, baby.
Yeah,
He's on that team. I know he claims Stephen City, but ain't no hospital in Stephen City. Shout out to Winchester's Kelly. Let's go.
Because I know that Super Bowl, it was just shocking because the Giants knocked off. Yeah, if everybody remembered, New England was undefeated at going into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Zeb.
Yeah, the last one, it would be Arizona and Pittsburgh. I just remember Santonio Holmes. Like, that was one of the best.
Yeah,
that catch
receiver in the
crazy.
Super Bowl. That's the best game I've ever seen a receiver play, man.
I kept telling y'all before the show, I kept saying Stalwart, but it was Santonio Holmes.
It was Holmes. He was on fire.
Wayne, you're the only one old enough to see Starworth play in real life.
I was talking about Dante Stallworth. I wasn't talking about the great John Stallworth.
and I think people seem to forget about this Super Bowl too, but it was a great game. Was New England and Carolina?
Yeah,
Cam Newton.
That was a good game, dude.
But they had that defense that year, though. Who was it? Luke Kuechly and David Thomas.
It came down to the
Julius Peppers.
Remember, it came down to
Julius Peppers.
What's his fit? New England had to kick the game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
like Carolina almost won that game. So that was a very good.
That's why Cam be in his feelings sometimes. He said, "Y'all get Eli green jacket. I'm gonna go off."
he gets a gold jacket. I deserve two.
I said green jacket. What's that? Gold.
He said green.
Yeah, that's for the Masters.
Yeah, the Masters. Green jacket. Get out of here, Rush.
Wade just gave away. He's a huge Masters fan.
Yeah.
Which
I do love
Twin,
golf,
we won't get into all that. That's a later show. But look, it's called the Masters.
Yeah, and I'm one of the Masters.
Yeah.
So great stuff, guys. Great episode, and hey, everybody enjoy the Super Bowl this evening.
What's on y'all's menu today for the Super Bowl? What y'all cooking up?
Ribs. I have a buddy bringing over ribs today for us, and Zeb should be over here. A couple friends coming over, and Wayne's going to his uncle's. I guess that's what he does.
Yeah, I got plenty on my menu before all the viewers.
Wayne has
need on y'all's menu is to hit that subscribe button on all platforms.
There you go.
That's it.
So don't forget, hit that button. Enjoy the Super Bowl today. Tony, let them know what platforms we're on once again.
Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. Like Wayne said, please just subscribe. It's free. Just click that subscribe button. We up to over 20 subscribers right now.
Yeah.
So we getting there, slowly but surely, but show love to us.
Yeah. Like my brother said in the beginning of the show, you might not like what we talk about, but hey, voice your opinion. Shout out something, man. Whatever y'all want us to talk about, let us know.
Yes,
and
sir.
shout out to Andy, man. Prayers for you to get healthy, my man.
Yeah. Shout out to Andy.
One of the words we never want to hear is that C word, man. And you've been a big staple in the community and a special guest for us, man. We appreciate all that, but more importantly, your health and your family, man. So get well.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
No silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private. Not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion. Let the convo begin. Communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. The KK